Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Family Home Kitchen. Have you ever tried to make lasagna at home before? It can be a bit daunting, right? All those layers, the rich and hearty meat sauce, the creamy bechamel, not to mention getting the pasta just right. But what if I told you there's a way to simplify this classic dish without sacrificing any of the flavor? A method that's both efficient and delicious, perfect for a family dinner or impressing your guests at a potluck. Well, today we're going to make that process easier. Here's what you'll need to make this delicious lasagna. First, let's talk about the lasagna itself. You'll need 12 sheets of dried lasagna. For the meat filling, gather up 500 grams of minced beef. You'll also need a medium-sized onion, finely chopped, and 2 cloves of garlic, minced. Grab a 400-gram can of tomato sauce, half a teaspoon each of paprika and cumin. Season it with salt and pepper to taste. You'll need a 1/4 cup of finely chopped parsley and 2 cups of grated mozzarella cheese. For the bechamel sauce, you'll require 2 tablespoons each of butter and flour, 2 cups of milk, and season it with salt and pepper to taste. If you like, add a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh nutmeg. And finally, you'll need half a cup of grated mozzarella cheese for the topping. Now that we have all our ingredients, we can start cooking. First, we need to prepare our meat. Begin by setting a large pan over medium heat. Once heated, introduce your minced beef to the pan. The goal here is to brown the meat until it no longer sports that raw pink color. Once browned, it's time to add some flavor. Toss in your chopped onion and crushed garlic cloves. Let these ingredients mingle, sizzling together for about 5 minutes. You'll know it's time for the next step when the onions have softened and are beautifully translucent. Now, let's dial up the flavor even more. Pour in your tomato sauce, followed by a sprinkle of paprika and cumin. Season with salt and pepper to your preference. Stir everything together, ensuring the beef is well coated. Finally, reduce the heat and let your sauce simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, allowing the flavors to meld together. Once the meat is ready, we can start on our bechamel sauce. Now, it's time for the creamy bechamel sauce. The secret behind a perfect bechamel sauce lies in its base, which is a simple blend of butter and flour. Start by melting 2 tablespoons of butter in a pot over medium heat. Once the butter has melted, stir in 2 tablespoons of flour. Keep stirring for about a minute until it forms a smooth paste. This is known as a roux, and it serves as the foundation of our sauce. Next, gradually add 2 cups of milk to the roux, stirring constantly to prevent any lumps from forming. As the milk heats up, the sauce will begin to thicken. This is where patience really pays off. Keep stirring until you have a smooth, thick sauce. Finally, season the bechamel with salt and pepper to taste. For an optional twist, you can add a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh grated nutmeg. This provides a subtle depth of flavor that complements the rich, creamy sauce perfectly. With our bechamel sauce ready, we can now assemble our lasagna. Here comes the fun part, assembling the lasagna. Let's get started. First, lay out a layer of your cooked lasagna sheets at the bottom of your baking dish. Make sure they cover the entire surface. Next, spoon a generous layer of your browned minced meat onto the lasagna sheets. Spread it out evenly, ensuring all the pasta is covered. Now for the bechamel sauce. Pour it over the meat layer, spreading it out to cover all the nooks and crannies. Repeat this process, layering lasagna sheets, meat, and bechamel sauce until you've used up all your ingredients. The final layer should be a hearty helping of bechamel sauce, topped with a sprinkle of mozzarella cheese. This will give the lasagna that mouth-watering golden brown finish. Once your lasagna is assembled, it's time to bake. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Cover your lasagna with aluminum foil and place it in the oven, baking for 30 minutes. Then, remove the foil and bake for an additional 10 minutes. This will allow the cheese to become beautifully bubbly and golden. After baking, let the lasagna rest for a few moments before cutting into it. This will make it easier to serve and will allow the flavors to meld together beautifully. And there you have it, a delicious homemade lasagna. So, to recap, we've journeyed through the delightful process of crafting a delicious homemade lasagna. Starting from preparing the meat with a medley of spices, to creating a smooth bechamel sauce, And finally, layering these components with lasagna sheets and a generous sprinkle of mozzarella cheese. After a stint in the oven, the result is a hearty, bubbling masterpiece that's sure to impress at any dinner table. Enjoy your delicious homemade lasagna, and don't forget to subscribe for more easy and tasty recipes. If you liked the video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button for all new updates in the world of cooking.